Dude,
OnlyFans link in my bio. Even Israel
the
nigga.
most loyal listeners. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Gentlemengains podcast. I am Andrew, and here with me is Jakob in the purple. We are just going to be doing a duo podcast over here, and we're going to be talking about a part of life that we need and some entertainment, and that is called video games. There's that, there's that little glare right there, but yeah. So to start off with this episode, I'll talk about how I started into video games. So as a little kid, I started going into the Nintendo 64. So if anybody born in the 90s knows about that. And the first game I remember that I played was Wave Race 64. So now like it's basically just more of like a jet ski video game where you're racing against your opponents in the sea or in the lake. But then I moved on to like more of the Mario Kart 64s and the classics like GoldenEye 64. So like
Mm.
playing with your sisters, playing with your brothers and your cousins in that CRT TV. Trying to staring at the little screen to make sure that you don't see your opponent running around the map. So, but you end up like killing each other and all that stuff. But it was like fun times. And then
Mm.
like later on, like as video games started to evolve a little bit. I mean, with going into the PS2 and then PS3, PS4, PS5 now. I mean, right now playing video games is really hard to do, especially when you're like working full time. You're just like you're basically just seeing the system sitting on your furniture beside the TV, just like catching dust, and then hopefully that you have time to like play a little bit of video games just to get through the day and then repeat. So yeah, that's pretty much like me in a quick form.
Yeah, mine's pretty similar. I think we started on the NES, and it was games like Galaga and like the classic Mario. And then we went to N64, but it wasn't, it was like given out to us by our uncle just to borrow. So we were just playing GoldenEye and stuff like that, like me and my brother, and we take it back. So pretty much we would just borrow game systems from family members. And then I think it was when I was six or seven. My parents got me and my brother the original Xbox,
Oh my god,
and
I
it
love that
came
huge
like,
thing.
yeah, and our local game store was called Entertainment Overload, and you could buy like single games for $2 to $4, and that was crazy at that time. And like brand new games that would come out were like $8.
What?
Yeah, and it's
Wow.
so crazy because when the Xbox 360s and PS3s came out, I remember the price range for those were like between 20 and 40. And nowadays, games are like $100 for the new game.
Yeah,
Like you said, it's hard to game nowadays, like time wise and also price price wise.
it's really
It's
hard to
just
get.
you got
It's really hard to get your
yeah
money's worth. Like,
yeah you have to break your
yeah,
bank account to buy a game.
yeah, it's hard. And that like back then there was no online involved. No
Yeah,
online. It's
exactly.
just, and that is
Split screen.
that is split screen. Like that's the thing. It's all about interacting with them physically because that's the
Mm,
joy of it. And also the
yeah.
opposite of it where you where your friendship starts to like deteriorate because of like the amount of like frustration. Like a Mario Kart, you, oh yeah, let's just throw the shell over to my friend over here and we just become first place and that person just becomes like eighth place.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
still to this day, I mean, Mario Kart for the Switch, I have the Switch, but like playing
Yeah.
that, it's, I know for a fact that they are getting like frustrated and they're losing friendships over that. Seriously,
Yeah.
you know how the
100%.
feeling is.
100%. Our games like Halo, when
Oh
those
my
came
god,
out,
Halo the
it was like,
classics.
yeah, it was like split screen too. And that was the best times in couch co-op. Because it's just like whenever you have big family get-togethers, all your cousins would come over, everyone grabs a controller and take turns or whatever, pass it around whoever loses. I remember people would just get mad at me, be like, you're screen peeking.
Screen picking.
Like,
No,
there's four.
no,
There's four.
I remember going to my buddies, and they used to have two TVs. But the problem is, one is a big
Right,
TV, and the other one's a very small TV, and it's
yeah.
same thing, two on two. We could barely
Yeah.
hear, and it's system link. So I bring my own Xbox, and he has his own Xbox, and we started playing together. It was like the best.
Yeah.
But the problem is that the volume is so loud that every time you hear like a portal, oh, someone's going to open the
Yeah.
portal, or
Yeah.
every time you hear the sword come out, oh, someone's got the sword.
Exactly. No, hide.
Or every time whenever they all go up to the portal, I can't remember what the map is called in Halo 2, but you got the portal.
Mm,
We used to
yeah.
call it porno. I'm going over the porno now.
Going up the porno.
I'm going over the porno. But all those
Yeah.
like
All right.
snipers and everything, all those campers,
Yeah.
so annoying.
I remember Halo 2, there was like that map, I think Zanzibar, or one of them, but there was one where there was only one Banshee, and then you can only get in it. So if someone had the Banshee, you're just done. Like the other person has no chance.
Just run over your opponent, yeah.
Yeah.
But that was like some good times right there. Just
Yeah.
oh,
Or
oh,
just,
yeah.
I remember just running through like whole campaigns with your friend, like even in one sitting, just kids just running through a whole story mode.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it's like nowadays, like I don't have any consoles anymore. I sold them all just because it's just not worth the money you pay for them.
Hmm.
At least for me, because I don't play them. But the only time I'll really play games is if I go, like my brothers will play like FIFA or games like that, where it's just play together or play against each other and it's just quick. But nowadays, I just don't really have patience for them because I remember back in the day, I'd get a new game and like I'd be so immersed. But now I'll get a game that looks so cool to me. I'll play it for like an hour and I'm like, I'm done with
And
this.
it's just sitting there, right? I
Yeah,
hate that. I hate that. That's why I'm trying to
just
get
like
back into it. I'm trying to get back into it now because I just got I just got a PS5 now and I'm just playing Call of Duty right now. So
yeah,
I'm just trying to like get through the day playing a little bit of video games online for like an hour or two just to play around. And I'm trying to get back into streaming, but all the work
yeah,
is really really hard to do, and uh it's not like it used to be before where you get together, you play around with one controller. You remember when you used to go to your friend's house and the person that owns the controller or that owns the
yeah.
console always says, "I'm player one."
Yeah, that was big, bro. Or like they would have two controllers and they'd give you the crappy
They
one.
give you the
Like,
crappy
no, you get
one.
this. The one with like all the rubber off the thumbsticks. It's like, how did this happen, bro?
Or even with the one that doesn't even have an analog stick. Remember?
Yeah, bro, what are you doing to these controllers? Yeah, bro, those are good times. I remember I would go over to my friend's house and we just had like mini TVs and whoever was going over to the other person's house, we'd carry our whole TV there and
Yep.
our console in our backpack.
Yep. There are
Yeah,
people that are doing that now with like Nintendo GameCube. There are people that
yeah,
they're bringing that for Melee.
yeah,
Melee, yeah. They're still using that. That's how big that game is. And yeah, you have the new Smash Brothers game out, and that's still going. But man, they're still going back to that. And this guy froze.
hello, hello.
You good now?
Gosh, Wi-Fi, weather, the
The weather. Okay.
cons, the cons of living in the country out in the sticks.
But yeah, have you ever had like handheld systems like Game Boy, all that stuff?
Game Boy, yeah, the foldable was it Game
Oh, the
Boy
Game Boy
Advance?
SP. Game Boy
Oh,
SP.
SP, yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the one. Yeah, uh, those are nice. They also have like their
Mhm.
own system link things where you have like the
Yeah,
actual cable, the link. I think it's like a link cable. You play like
yeah,
Yu-Gi-Oh together or something, or play Pokemon.
yeah, bro.
Dude, those were the
Yeah,
days of playing Pokemon, Pokemon
or in
Gold,
the like,
Pokemon Silver.
oh man, yeah. Remember like the first Zeldas came out, I played on the Game Boy.
Oh, I remember playing the N64 Ocarina of Time. That was a classic.
Yeah, that was yeah, classic.
I listened to the music, all the old video game music, video game tracks. Those are the best.
Yeah, they hit.
They hit you hard. They hit you hard. Even the wrestling games. The wrestling games are so much fun. If you
Bro,
talk about like the N64 wrestling classics.
Yeah, bro, we used to laugh so hard. I remember me and my brother, and we, or I think it was our neighbor who lived straight across the street from us. We used to live in like a complex. They'd all come over. We just have like WWE matches on the Xbox, like SmackDown versus Raw and everything. Bro, we
Just
used to always laugh when they do the froggy splash. That was like the best move ever.
no, all the glitches in that game, it just makes it so fun.
Oh man,
I mean,
yeah, those
whenever
are the
you whenever you
best.
like whenever you throw somebody off the cell
Yeah,
and they like flip
yeah,
like 500 times, it's just it's just so
yeah,
comical, but so hilarious and
yeah.
fun. I remember
So fun.
when you have like that type of match, you have one person that's like at the entrance, but the camera angle starts to zoom out, and you can barely
Yeah,
see your
bro.
guy at the bottom in the ring.
Yeah, yeah. And then you have to run all the way up just to get bodied.
Yeah,
Or yeah, you could pull things out from under the ring too. You'd have
pull
like
some.
chairs and stuff.
Yeah, and just like hit them nonstop until your player
Yeah,
just starts to drop it because it's no use.
yeah, you break it.
You break it.
They just be
Uh,
on the ground. You're just constantly
just cheat, just cheat, or just put
like
all your,
Undertaker would come
or
with
just
his motorcycle.
you just run them over with the
Yeah,
motorcycle. The thing is, you cannot control the motorcycle properly. It's just like so.
yeah,
You just hit straight, you hit the barricade, and you have to like turn and then hit straight, go straight again.
yeah. Bro, those are the best.
Oh man, anything that
The
is
old
just
game.
anything that is like nonsensical and so glitchy is just like
Yeah.
the most fun. Because anything that you get like any game that you get is so realistic, you're just like looking deep into making sure that you do it right. The controls are just weird. Is your Wi-Fi kind of like lagging off like again? Yeah, we're kind of getting some difficulties in here. Are you
You good
okay
now?
now?
Sorry, man. Yeah, yeah. Or like we think about it now, and it's so nostalgic. But I remember just a couple of years ago, I bought an N64 for myself. Bought Majora's Mask. Bought Ocarina of Time. I tried playing them all again. It just doesn't hit the same.
Nah.
It's like
Oh,
nostalgic, but it's like when you go to play them again, just it's just not the same.
yeah.
That's the beauty of nostalgia, though. Like it's not meant to hit as like it did before. It's not meant to give you that same feeling. Why it's so nostalgic.
Yeah, I remember trying to play it on the GameCube. I still have the GameCube in my room,
Mhm.
and when I tried to play Ocarina of Time, it didn't really feel right. But it
Yeah,
felt great. It felt cool, but
yeah. It's still
it didn't feel right.
really yeah.
I
My
mean,
favorite was Twilight Princess. I loved that one.
is that for the Wii?
No, I played GameCube.
Oh, wait, that's
It
that's
is
for
for
game.
Wii too, but yeah,
Oh,
I
okay,
know Skyward Sword was only for Wii.
okay. Was that the
Yeah, I
first? Is that that was the first Zelda game that came out for the Wii when the Wii first came out?
think so.
Yeah, because I remember they were hyping about that when they first
Yeah,
brought out the
it was
Wii.
sick. You could turn into a wolf.
When I tried the Wii the first time, it's pretty cool playing like Wii Sports and like doing all that
Yeah.
full of range of motion and everything. Like now a lot of the new systems are starting to become more of a proactive virtual reality style gaming now. I mean, you're putting on like a headset and you're actually playing like you're in the game. Um, Same thing with like I don't know if you heard of like this thing called EA Active or something like that, where it's got like the I don't know what it is. Like it's got the controller, it's got all these weird things. There was one for the Nintendo Switch where you got like this thing, this ring, and you kind of like holding it like this to make sure
Mhm.
that whatever you're playing, like you have to keep it on the line or something, and you're kind of
Yeah.
struggling to keep it together.
Yeah.
Those type of things are starting to, are like coming around, and but it doesn't beat the fact that you're just using a controller and feeling the rumble pack or vibration when you're shooting people or stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Or like, yeah, it's kind of hard to make new fresh ideas nowadays too with video games.
Yeah.
Because you play stuff that looks good and it's like, well, it's already been done. It just doesn't hit the same.
I hate when you overhype when they overhype it, and it's depending on its personal perspective. But when they hype up this game that is coming out after like a few years, when you play it, it I don't know if it's just me, but it doesn't really feel like it
Yeah.
was either it's worth the hype,
Yeah,
which
exactly.
I hate. I don't know. I spent like $80 on a game and then I played it for a bit and then it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah. I think the last game where I was like, okay, this was worth all the hype and more was like Elden Ring.
Yeah.
But then before that, it was Red Dead Redemption 2. Because it was like, they took 10 years to make this game and it was the most detailed game even to this day that I've ever seen.
I've been hearing about that too. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Those two are literally the only ones nowadays that I can actually say is like worth the hype and that I actually sat through and played through multiple times. I can't remember the last game I've done that.
I can't remember. I think the last game I played that went through from beginning to the end was called Detroit. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, Become You.
Yeah, Become Human,
Yeah,
which it's a very unique game because you got like multiple stories and depending on your decision that you made, it changes, which I like.
yeah, yeah. I love that.
But man, the ending was so bad. I think
Yeah, I hate that, bro.
I don't know if I ended up getting I don't know if I ended up getting the mother killed or something or or whatever it is,
Yeah,
but oh man, that feeling just like the little girl just like stranded and just like you're on it's just like you're in the palm it's in the palm of your hand. Your decision is based on like what it is and it determines the future of the story. It's just
yeah.
it's great, but
Play
oh
you play those games, you think you're making like the best decision. Turns
yeah.
out it's like the worst, and you get characters killed. It's like,
Why?
or some games, I think it was Until Dawn. There was some girl in there in that game. She was so annoying that I like purposely killed her. I'm like, just get her out of here, bro. Get her gone.
I think
Yeah,
I think there was another one that was not that it's not as great as the as Detroit, but it's called Heavy. Is it Heavy Rain?
Heavy Rain, bro. I love that game.
Heavy Rain? Yeah. I tried to play it on the
Yeah,
PS3. I tried to play it on their streaming service and when I try to play it it doesn't feel right.
no.
It doesn't I don't know. Maybe it's because I went backwards or something, but
Mm.
um there's another game that I tried to finish, but it was um The Last of Us.
Yeah,
I tried to play the first version on the PS3. I have it. I have the Last of Us 2 and I didn't even open it. But um
oh yeah,
the problem is that I'm not really much of a like a horror game guy.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
remember I remember when I was playing with my brother-in-law. We were in the condo and it was at nighttime. We have the surround sound and all that stuff going around and it's a big screen TV, so the distance from the couch to the TV is just so it's not far
Yeah,
away. I'm playing Fear. Have you heard of that game Fear? So
yeah. The little girl.
yeah, the little girl. So whenever I'm like
Yeah,
walking down in the sewer and you hear like all these details, all the water and the sewage pipes and everything going around, and then you got this horrifying background music going around, and you're just slowly walking towards the end of the room. I could barely get through the corner of that room. I was just like scared to death that I had to like throw the controller over to him, so then he would
yeah,
take
yeah,
over, and then I'm like tucking in like with the blanket while he's playing just to make sure I don't jump.
yeah, yeah. Those
And
games, yeah, those. I like to watch people play those types of games.
yeah, or even when you're doing virtual reality and you're playing that type of game, and then you're like walking around like playing
Um,
Resident Evil, and then that thing just like jumps on you, and you end up like falling back and hits something and hits something in your room.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I just
it's,
wanted to try more VR. I only got to play very briefly. I went to a VR cafe in Toronto one time,
mm-hmm,
and we just played like the shooter games.
mm-hmm.
But I'd like to actually like experience VR now. 'Cause it's way more advanced.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when you're in that cafe and you are doing that VR thing, were you like hooked onto something just so you don't hit anybody? when you like bump into some people?
Sort of. It was like stalls. It'd be one stall, another stall, and
Okay,
then you just hang and you just put it on.
okay. So I thought they
Yeah,
put you
but
like I thought they put you like on a harness kind of thing, so you don't like
oh
kind of like
no.
get out of your zone or something. But
But there was some guy behind us because he was controlling some stuff.
mm.
So if we were kind of getting near out of bounds, he'd be like, "Hey, watch out!"
Watch out! Don't hit someone.
Yeah. Funny.
Were you more of like the arcade type of guy that going to the mall and like going to the arcade and just play some games?
When I was with my family friends, yeah, we loved doing that. But I was always more of a story mode type of gamer. Like I like playing single player games or like couch co-op too, where we play them together.
Mm-hmm.
But as I got older, I got way more into multiplayer. So now
Mm-hmm. Same,
multiplayer games are the only games I could play.
same. Like I went
So
straight
like,
to online. Yeah,
yeah, I'm only online now. I don't play story-based games. So
same,
yeah,
same. Like right away when I got the PS5, I just went straight to Call of Duty multiplayer because I'm just used to
yeah,
it.
that's what I would do. Yeah, that and like games like FIFA.
Um,
But
yeah.
I have a PC now, so like I was heavily on CS:GO for like years and years. CS:GO. What else? Played Battlefield on computer too.
Oh, I
Played Call of
used
Duty on computer.
Battlefield was fun at that time when when the PS3 first came out. Battlefield 3 was like the one
Yeah,
game that I played nonstop. And then my friend my friend ended up getting it for PC. I played that and I got to get used to like playing PC gaming, but it's pretty fun too.
yeah.
The
That
engine was
was
smooth.
just the dynamic of that game. Like the whole buildings would collapse and everything. Like it was crazy.
Hmm.
Like it's one of the first types of games really where you can change the whole map just by like destroying things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy. Like Battlefield 4, we used to get planes, bomb them into buildings, so all the enemies on the buildings would have to like parachute and have over.
Is that like is like Rush or something? The game mode Rush?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
I was more of the team deathmatch kind of thing, domination, capture the flag kind of thing.
Yeah, Conquest. It was
Conquest,
capture the
conquest, yeah.
but those games would be like hour and a half long sometimes.
Yeah. I don't know
They just
why.
would not end, bro.
That's like ground war in Call of Duty.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Uh yeah, back to like the arcade games like I used to as a kid going into high school, I used to go to the mall every Friday night, Saturday night with my friends, meeting up with them, and they used to have like a you know how like in the mall they used to have like a little one machine there that anyone you can play on. So if you
Yeah.
ever heard of DDR,
Yeah.
yeah. So they used to have that in a video game store where we all get together, we play, two people play, and then I don't know what it is, but as a kid, it's just so cool to have a crowd right behind you watching when people are walking
Yeah.
by in the mall. Like it's in the main floor, but then you've got like people right behind you, and then you got people on the second floor just watching downwards to see what's going on.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. And then moved on to like the like these Palladium amusement parks kind of thing where you got like multiple games where you play shooting games, you play like the Indy 500 kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's like those games that you play with for tickets.
Yeah.
I used to go there almost every weekend,
Yeah.
and then now like all the places that I used to go to tend to like close down. They start to get replaced. There are some places that start to like come back, like new movie theaters, but with bigger
Yeah.
arcades, and it just doesn't start. It starts to become like more of the adult vibe kind of thing, but with kids still coming in, like Dave and
Yeah.
Buster's and the Rec Room, and also like there's also a Palladium that opened like a couple of years ago during the pandemic in Brampton. So anything like that, it just start back then it was fun, but then later on it just starts to become a little more of like a chill hangout place now where you're just sitting there and just hang out, still play
Yeah.
games but hang out. So yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing, just gaming is way different now than it was.
Hmm.
Not even just age wise, but just in general.
Yeah, right now, like the phones are like taking over the gaming
Yeah,
type of thing. Like a lot of like Candy Crush and stuff are just taking over.
yeah,
Candy Crush, like you got like a lot of the mothers are playing that now.
yeah. Bro, my mom gets so mad at that game. She'd be like raging at her phone at that game. I'm like, what are you playing? She's like Candy Crush. I'm like, bro, who rages at Candy Crush?
Yeah, they end up playing that. They put the volume on full blast so you can hear it
Yeah,
from
bro.
a mile away.
Yeah. Or those kids at school where you know they're playing Flash. You're just like,
Yeah.
"Bring, dun, 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 dun." Like, bro, like middle of class, I hear that.
Oh man, the kids now at school are just on their phones now, and they're using
That's
their
so
iPads and
crazy,
stuff.
man.
I remember when around that time when I back to the part where I went to the mall almost every weekend. They used to have they opened up an Apple store and they opened up an Apple store and that tend to get busy every weekend where I see people going in and just take selfies and going on Facebook and everything on the MacBooks and stuff.
Yeah,
Every time I go on Facebook and I see pictures of people taking selfies from the camera. Just I don't know. It's that just too much.
yeah, yeah. Remember that'd be the big thing too, because back then we didn't really have phones. So
No.
if we were like out and we just saw the library, we'd just be like, all right, go there, go on the computer, whatever,
And during
and
that
then
time,
leave.
yeah, during that time it was Facebook that took over.
Yeah,
There was
that's
YouTube, and
yeah.
phone wise, there are some flip phones around, but the MP3
Hmm.
phones tend to take over. If you remember the
Yeah,
Sony Ericsson phones,
yeah, yeah,
the MP3 phones, those are
yeah.
fun. Those are cool.
We always just had like the cheap, actual, just straight MP3 players because we didn't get phones till way later. But yeah, I remember my first I had like a mini Telus flip phone. That was my
Mm-hmm.
first phone.
Is it a
And
Samsung?
then
Is it a Samsung with a camera phone? It wasn't a camera
no,
phone. No.
or I think maybe it was. I don't remember the exact make, but it was a hand down from my mom because she ended up upgrading. She gave me that one, but I never had a plan on it. She just gave it to me.
Is it with the
Like,
antenna?
bro, I don't have. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, bro, I have no use for this. So it wasn't until like way later I actually got a phone, and I think it was a slide up keyboard one.
Oh man, those are fun. Those are good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I still have my old Nokia sliding phone.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
bro.
Those are
Remember you
good.
get fast typing those, it
Yeah,
slide
yeah.
back.
Man, they got to bring those back. They got to bring those keyboards
Yeah.
back. BlackBerry's like still around. BlackBerry's not really
Mhm.
around, but their last phone is still like on Amazon. You could buy that for like $800.
Yeah. Yeah, I never had one of those, but my mom had one.
It
Very.
was a good use. It was a good use. Um their their hard not hardware. Their memory is like not enough though, but their speakers
Yeah.
are good for music.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
Yeah.
yeah, gaming has been like I mean, a lot of like people are like going on their what is it called? Like esports kind of thing. They're going into competitions. Like
Yeah.
I have a friend that is a Call of Duty guy. He's been like with his team going against other teams and competitions. So
Yeah.
happy for him on that. He's doing well for himself. So that's a good thing
Yeah.
for
That's
him.
cool.
But
So,
yeah, it's a lot of that going on.
yeah, that's pretty much what gaming is today. It's just very, very competitive. I mean, it was always competitive, but nowadays, because obviously, yeah, like esports has become a whole franchise. So now people are getting like extremely good. More teams are rising. It's becoming like huge.
Like it's
Well, it
becoming
already
like
is
an
huge.
actual sport.
Yeah, it is.
Like I think there's like a rumor that they're probably making it into an Olympic sport.
Oh, really?
I don't know. Like I've been hearing something about that. I don't know if it's for
Hmm.
like in a certain type of Olympics, like Summer Olympics or something. But
Hmm.
I mean, it's big enough. Like you even have
Yeah,
um,
worldwide.
like they had esport playing in the ACC one
Hmm.
time. That was
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. Well, yeah, it is obviously way big enough. Everybody games around the whole world.
Hmm.
I could see it happening. Imagine that though, winning gold medal in Olympics for Call of Duty.
Imagine like you're you got to mention all those type of streaks that you get, like
Yeah,
double kill, triple kill
yeah,
on the mic. You won a gold
yeah.
medal for shooting your competitors.
And then someone comes to ask you, "What's your full-time job?"
Uh, yeah,
Especially when the old heads come by and then disapprove completely.
yeah.
What do you do
You
for a
cut,
living?
you cut away
Just
to the
game.
just cut away. He's just like,
Yeah, always failure.
damn, he's got to get a full time job.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's crazy. Like that's the thing it does sustain too, because like they get paid a lot for winning and stuff.
that's weird. Like you even got gamers that are streaming on Twitch or Kick, and they end up getting paid, but
Yeah,
depending on like how you handle your image and your brand, got to be careful with that now that anything you say is so sensitive now, and then it's not going to go away whether you like put out a tweet and then they see it, they screenshot it, and you delete it. It doesn't matter.
yeah, that's the thing, and people are so careless too nowadays.
Oh yeah, like a lot of people are like um, inappropriate comments at each other through the chat while they're gaming. It's just
Yeah,
it's cool. Not cool, but it's not that great.
yeah,
It's good for the game, but it's not good for your well being.
yeah. That's the thing too. Like you'll see popular like YouTubers or streamers, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait, why is there like drama behind their name? And then someone dug up something that happened 10 years ago that they said, or the heck.
I can't believe little kids are playing Call of Duty right now.
Yeah,
You got like you're playing like this is another thing like I hate about like playing online and then listening to people scream and all that stuff. Like you hear like you got like this adult you got this grown up that is speaking, and then all of a sudden you got this like 10-year-old that is like speaking like an adult but in the back like in a more of an ignorant way. That's just
yeah,
I don't know. It's not doesn't sound right to me.
yeah. That's especially too when I play PC games now. Back in high school and stuff like that, like we would have full teams, so we didn't have to worry about like people being toxic in our ear. But nowadays, like I hop on like a game like CS:GO or Valorant or something alone, and it's like 9 times out of 10 I'm just muting right as soon as I start the game because I know there's gonna be like toxic people.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it.
And
Every
it
time.
ruins
I can't
it
stand it.
ruins my whole game.
Yeah,
I can't stand it.
can't stand it. Do you know what I hate though? I hate when people are playing music in the background while their headset's
Oh
on.
man,
Do you
that's Call of Duty days.
That's seriously, I hate it so much. It's so annoying.
Funny though, like in Call of Duty, when you kill somebody, you can briefly hear the other team, and you can hear them getting mad that you killed them.
Hey, watch
That's always
out.
my favorite. Yeah, always my favorite. They're like swearing at you. You hear
Yeah.
it for like 2 seconds. The best.
Oh, yeah. Video games are evolving in a bad way kind of thing.
Yeah. Plus the freaking memory of them now. If you download Call of Duty, it's like there goes. You can't download any other games.
Don't talk about
Just
that.
Call of
Seriously.
Duty.
I mean, the new PS Slim which I got, their memory is they increased their memory to 1 terabyte. But
Um,
frig, Call of Duty takes up half your memory.
yeah, bro, it's
Seriously.
500 gigs right there.
Oh God. And then if you want to get more memory for 2 terabytes, you got to spend $250.
I know.
And the thing is, in order for it to work, you have to actually get the OEM brand, because if you get like a third party brand, like what is it, WT or something, I can't remember what it's called, but if you use that, you can put your games in there, but the problem is you can't play it because it doesn't support the specs of what the PS5 is running. Same thing with the Xbox. So you
Yeah,
have to actually get it at GameStop to make sure you get the right specs for the memory to
Yeah.
actually run, so you could play your game through your external drive instead of the system itself.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. I remember too when I had PS4 because it was only 500 gigs for just the regular PS4 before they started coming out with newer brands like the Pro, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I had that for so long, so when the remastered Call of Duty came out, I'd have like a couple games and it's like you have to delete every single one just to have that. Oh, this is the only game I have now. Then I had to buy the external hard drive terabyte.
Yeah. Let's just go back to like the PS2 days, where you got that little memory card chip and you just slide it in. It's all
Yeah.
It's what, 2 megabytes?
Yeah. Yeah, bro, I'd get the memory card, it was 8 megabytes and you have so many games on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the thing too. If you don't have that memory card, you have to keep restarting the game. I remember that, bro. I remember the
Mm.
GameCube. I would literally beat games in one day because I didn't have a memory card. So I'd beat games in one day and then I'd have to restart it. It's like I didn't save anything.
uh, I remember before memory cards, there used to be rumble packs.
Yeah,
And that's the additional thing where you put it on your controller and it actually makes the thing vibrate. That's so cool.
yeah.
But yeah,
Or like DLCs back then, it would be a separate disc you buy. You put it in like Halo
that's a Gran
for
Turismo
extra
team.
maps.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
Gran Turismo thing where back in the PlayStation days where you had a Gran Turismo 2 and you have two discs where one it's an arc. Well, actually, it's Gran Turismo 1 and 2 where you got one that is an arcade, which is basically
yeah,
just like open to everyone, or the other one's a simulation mode where it's more focused on picking out your car and then starting from scratch and going into like every map into competition. So it's kind of like your campaign type of thing in racing.
yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, but
22, way back in the day, you would play games like story mode games, and you just would not understand anything because you're a kid, or you'd be very bad at them because you're a kid. You play them like a couple years later, and like you finally understand
you
what things
finally
mean.
understand. Yeah, that's how it is in
Or you
life.
like, yeah, or you just beat parts that you could never beat when you were a kid because you were just trash. So funny. I remember this one game. I think it was the first game I played on originally. My brother played. It was called Gun,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
and you were
yeah.
yeah, you're just this cowboy, and bro, that game's so racist. That game is so racist. It'd have you just killing Native Americans. And it's like it's funny too because I'm an actual native playing this game and I'm like not
Oh my
understanding.
god.
I'm like, hey, look, it's us. Not realizing that it's so racist.
I remember uh what is that thing? Now I lost my train of thought now. Yeah, I just lost my train of thought right now. I'm trying to hopefully I'll get back into that, but
Mhm.
uh yeah, I can't think right now, but yeah, like it was fun about oh, here we go. Um cheat codes.
Yeah,
You remember
yeah, the
remember
whole
remember
sheet
you don't
or
even
Grand
have
Theft
to
Auto
write it down. You don't even have to write it down. You could just go on like
Memphis.
cheatcc.com, look for
Yeah.
the game, print out all your cheat codes, and just add it into the game. Like Grand Theft Auto. Oh yeah,
Mhm.
here you don't even need cheat codes. They'll just tell you, okay, if you want to do something that is very unique, just go into this bush and do whatever you want to do. That will happen. Or when you're playing a sports game, if you're playing like hockey, you put in a code that says big head,
Yeah. Yeah.
or basketball games or something.
Yeah. I remember San Andreas because we'd have to use my mom's mini laptop. So my brother and I would just have papers. We just write down all the cheat codes, and some of them we didn't even know what they were, and they'd just be the dumbest cheats ever. And we'd cross whatever ones we don't want. I
Yeah.
remember have like the flying cars one, or
Oh my god.
you anything you touch now wants to kill you or something like that. It's like, bro, who thinks of these? Yeah, you just have the whole freaking
It's like
sheet of all your
yeah,
cheats,
it's like a whole scroll of like codes that you want to try.
and then you'd memorize the ones like lose wanted level.
Yeah.
Time
Or unlimited
memorize.
life.
Yeah,
You're not gonna
unlimited
get killed.
money too. Or you just keep adding money over and over and over.
No stars when you hit
Yeah.
someone. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was um that was another fun thing about as a kid playing video games around like the PS2 and Xbox days where cheat codes start to evolve, and you start to like use up whatever you want to use just to play around with it.
Oh man. I remember too, what hit back then was the video game cases themselves. Like you would open the video game case and you like it's just a stack of like
Books.
manuals and it'd have like pictures and it just I'd be like on the ride home because like I said back then like the original Xbox games were like $2 to $4. So I'd buy a game, I'd be like inspecting the case, I'd take out all the stuff, be reading it as I'm going home. It was so sick, but nowadays like they don't have anything like that.
I remember
So
when I remember during that time when you buy an actual game that is so new in its package that they actually have an extra manual that is sitting that is like placed outside of the box. Remember that?
yeah,
And it's like
yeah,
I think it's like a French booklet, so you put it into the case and it's like so bulky.
yeah. You'd feel heavy the case.
Yeah.
Or I remember games like for 360, some would come with like the hard cases.
Hmm. Yeah. They
Like you
still
do like special.
special editions. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. I would have like shelves, like bookshelves of just games.
All bookshelves of games, and now it's all about digital. Everything's all getting
Yeah,
downloaded, and you have like three physical copies.
yeah. That's the thing too. Nowadays, you kind of want to go more digital because that's where all the deals are.
That's true. That's true.
Is
I'm, s- I'm trying. I don't know. I'm trying to get back into physical gaming, but the thing is,
yeah,
like, I think it's all about like trying to keep, uh, I don't know, keep your space, keep it clean and organized and everything. I remember, I remember like when all the PS2 games, the cases used to have the memory card
yeah.
slot
You
in there.
put
Just
it
put it
above
in.
the disc.
Yeah, put it above the disc. Or when PS2 first came out, the bottom of the disc is blue,
Yeah, yeah,
and then later on, it just becomes a clear.
yeah.
With the PS1, it's just all black.
I remember you'd have like if you didn't have cases, you'd have the CD case. Unzip it, just flip through all your games.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep, that was
Or
cool.
or I'd have like friends, they just wouldn't take care of any of their games, so they just have like a stack of CDs just sat.
Oh,
You go through just shuffling through the CDs,
ev-
see what game to play.
every
And then you have
time.
to hit them with the
Yes, yeah. And every time, like I look at the CD, I put it, I put it on the reflection of the light to make sure there's any scratches.
Yeah. Bro, but you know what's stupid? You'll get games for like the Xbox 360, it'll have two little scratches and it won't work. You'll go pick up another CD, covered in scratches, works perfect.
Which is weird. Now
So
I don't know what it is.
I don't get it, bro. I would be so mad trying to get games
Compact
to work.
discs. Compact discs are so
Back
weird.
out.
Or the
But I
cartridges on the
remember,
N64.
yeah,
It's telling you not to blow the cartridge or else it's gonna mess it up.
yeah,
Yet you blow it and you put it back. It works.
yeah, bro, it works.
It
Yeah.
works. Come on, you want to
On
clear all the
GameCube,
contaminants.
GameCube, just the tiny CDs.
Oh yeah, I remember those. That little teeny baby thing.
Yeah. But I remember too when Blockbuster went out of business, Family Video came, and Family Video had the thing where you give them a toonie and they have the disc cleaner thing where
Really?
it cleans it cleans your CD and it works perfect. Like I think they cut a layer of the CD from the bottom. So you
Wow.
can't do it like more than a couple times, otherwise you'll have
I did
nothing to
not.
read.
I did not know
Yeah,
that. Wow.
I found that out. I just went there all the time with all my scratched up CDs and I could finally play them again.
I miss those days of blockbusters. You just
Yeah, Blockbuster.
go in there to see what the new release is every Friday,
Yeah.
um, or is it every Thursday? And then you end up going to the video game section, see the new releases, and all of a sudden you see the
Yeah.
case, but you don't see the game
Yes,
behind the
right.
case.
And then you have those people who never return it, so you just keep going back every week. It's still not there.
It's still
Nope,
not
sorry,
there.
not back yet.
I think it's like if you pass your 3 days, 3 days of new release, 1 week is like the old games.
Yeah,
If you pass those due dates, I think it gets
pay an
extended.
extra.
Oh, you pay an
It
extra? Okay.
was like an extra fee for the newer ones. I remember.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, because the
Uh,
other ones they'd kind of just be like whatever, and then you bring it back nothing. But the newer ones, they make you pay like a certain amount every day it's late or something like that.
hmm
At least that's how ours was.
Remember to bring your VHS back, rewinded.
Yeah, rewind, be kind.
Rewind, be kind. I still have I still have the original Blockbuster Video membership card.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
It's cool, but man, and every time I'm seeing like pictures on like on social media now talking about like your how your life this is when life ends, and then you see like a little abandoned building with the cutout of the Blockbuster logo, but it doesn't say Blockbuster on it.
Yeah,
And now they're thinking about bringing that back now. I don't know
yeah,
why.
yeah.
Yeah.
Even like our local cinemas, it's just always empty now too. Like people don't really go to the movies. I mean, it's still popular when a good new movie comes out, but
Yeah.
it's like very crazy now. You go by and it's like empty.
Yeah, since the pandemic started, business was going down, but then later on, when it becomes normal, it just I think it's starting to pick up a little bit. I think
I mean,
good movies are coming out now.
it's different if you go places like Toronto or Montreal.
Yeah.
Obviously, it'll always be packed,
Oh
but
yeah. Oh yeah. That's why whenever my sister comes over from Toronto, they end up going to the movie theater in Niagara, and that's
yeah,
because it's never packed. It's
yeah,
never packed.
yeah,
But yeah, just yeah, that's video games right there.
yeah, yeah. So much to say on it.
Yeah, like anything related to video games, anything with technology related to that, how everything evolves, not only just video games, but like streaming movies and all
Yeah,
the background like of all the video games like cases and stuff, like little increments of anything that everyone will remember.
yeah. And there's so many like collectors nowadays.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of doing right now. Well, I don't know, not really. I don't really have a PS1 now, but I have my
Hmm.
original N64 that I got as a kid. Um, I have the GameCube. I have the PS3. The only thing missing is the old Xbox and the PS2 and the PS1.
Yeah, sold on my. Got rid of them. Had a lot. I've had every console, I think, except for like the very old school ones, like Atari, things like that.
Yeah, I went backwards kind of thing when during the PS2 era was around. I went back to the PS1 just
Yeah,
to play around a little bit.
I've gone N64, GameCube, Wii, PSP, Game Boys, Nintendo DS's,
I
X,
s-
every Xbox except for the brand new one, and then
mhm.
every PlayStation, PS1,
Yeah,
and then PC.
yeah, PC still around where people are
These
like
things.
they're buying parts and they're just upgrading their PCs.
Yeah, and then the market went down for PCs now, so now's the time to get your parts.
Yeah.
Because
Uh,
I remember I just built my other one, I think 2 summers ago, and the pieces were very expensive. Like I paid over a grand, near 2 grand for my PC in total, but I bought it just part by part. So I would build some of it, then I'd have to wait. New piece comes in, build it. Yeah. And then I go to sell it now, and it's like people are not willing to pay for what I put into it. And they're lowballing me so bad. But yeah,
hate
it
that.
sucked.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah.
Anyways, that
Mm.
closes out the episode for video games and other technologies. That was a long
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, much appreciated
Go.
for much appreciated for you to come by. I mean, it's been a while since we've communicated to get some episodes in to keep this podcast going, but uh, it's good to be here and it's good to see you.
Yeah. Thank you all for watching. Check us out on all our platforms. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. Hopefully, we'll be pushing more of that out. I know once I get my PC fixed, I'll be pushing out some YouTube Shorts. And we got Spotify, where you can also see us on video on Spotify as well. which is weird, but cool. Yeah, hopefully next episode, all four of us come together again.
Yeah.
Leave us any comments, any questions. We want to make the episodes more interactive with you guys.
Keep watching and keep listening to us. Support us.
Sure, man.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, guys. Peace.
Peace.